So I decided to do this video as I would guess you could say like a little bit of a rewind of my graduation journey to where it is now. So without further ado, let's begin. So during the summer, since that's when this whole entire thing began, we pretty much did some fundraisers. There were a couple of fundraisers. The first fundraiser that I took part in was cleaning up garbage that was scattered around a little playground, and we had to clean that up, and we had to throw it away. And that was the first fundraiser that I took part in for my grad to raise money for our graduation ceremony. Just to let you know, this was before the whole entire pandemic hit. And then the school year started, and we had a lot more fundraisers to do as well. And there was like more fundraisers coming in and out. There were like fundraisers were like being announced like every so often, and they were like announced like every Wednesday during the lunch break. Because in my school we had grad meetings like during Wednesdays at lunch, and they were only like about a couple minutes long, and there would be somebody in there telling us a little bit about grad and the events that they would have and upcoming fundraisers. And we were waiting for graduation to arrive, but then in March, tragedy struck with the pandemic, which caused a whole bunch of schools to cancel in-class instruction either for the rest of the year or until further notice. And this hit me really hard because I was going to be graduating this year and I didn't know if we were still going to have a grad or not. I also did feel bad for the other graduates of 2020 as well. And I also felt bad for the teachers who are going to be leaving the school next year, since that their last year at the school was also cut short as well. And being somebody who just finished grade 12 was definitely a very busy year, in my opinion. And I also did feel bad for the next graduation class, the class of 2021, because I knew that they would not be able to take part in some of the same fundraisers that we did when we were raising money for our grad as well. And I also felt bad for everybody else who were like impacted by this pandemic. So basically ever since this pandemic started, things were changed in our lives, and we had to basically find ways for school to continue, and basically what grad would be like, if there was still going to be one or not. So when I heard that we were still going to have a graduation ceremony in June, I was pretty happy to find out that we were still going to have one. And so basically, I live in Canada, and the school year in Canada, the school year in Canada starts in September and ends in June. So basically, while I was waiting for the day to happen, like waiting for graduation day, I basically continued on with my normal routine. Obviously, my at-home routine, if that's what you would want to call it. So yeah, basically every day of just waiting, and even now, once you really think about it, like every single day was like the same. Like basically doing videos, playing video games, also doing schoolwork when we were still getting schoolwork sent in from teachers, and also eating all 3 meals. And it was pretty much like the same routine, like over and over and over again every single day. And did start to feel like really repetitive, like after like I would say like a couple days or so. So a couple months before graduation happened, I actually did some music. I actually did some music videos and videos that also, I guess you could say, somewhat represented what grad is. Like basically videos to celebrate my graduation. I've done like so many videos and so many music videos, basically just celebrating my grad. And I think the first one I did was, I believe, either in May or April. I know it was somewhere around there. And then June came, and I did like even more videos to celebrate my grad. Like basically just to celebrate me just graduating high school. I did like a couple of videos, and I even did a video to even I even made a video for the grad class of 2020. So on June 14th, I did a music video for the song "Standing by My Side" by Emma Hamill. I asked her for permission to use her song in the video, and she said that I could use the song. So I basically recorded the video, and then I added in the music, and then I basically edited the video, and then I posted it up onto YouTube. And when the video was uploaded to YouTube, I sent her a link to the video just in case she wanted to watch it, and she actually enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed the song. Like, I actually got emotional when I first heard the song. It was like very, like, it really like hit me with a lot of emotions. Like, it was really emotional. Like when I first heard it, like I kind of like I actually like almost cried when I first heard the song. And pretty recently, I actually bought the song on the Google Play Store, which is actually where I buy most of my music. And on June 12th to the 13th, we did our grad ceremony. And what my graduation ceremony was like, it was, so basically on the 12th, we were in the school. Obviously, we had to maintain social distancing. Everybody was like sitting like 6 feet apart from each other, and the vice principal called us up so we could receive our diplomas. And I wrote a thank you speech for the parents, and and there was also guest speakers who sent in videos of them delivering messages to the grad class. And then after everything, like after the diplomas were seen on this little projector that we had, like in the school, and all the guest speakers' videos were done, and everything else that was being said, like the validation and my thank you speech to the parents. Um, then there was a slideshow which showed all the graduates' baby photos and their grad photos right after their baby photos were shown, with their name on their grad photo when their grad photo popped up. And then on June 13th, we did a walking ceremony. We walked across a bridge at a local park, and basically our names were called down, last name in alphabetical order. So an example of that would be, say your last name started with the letter A, you would be like the first person to walk across the bridge because your last name started with the letter A. And if your last name started with the letter Z or Z, depending what country you're from, then you would walk down last because your last name started with a Z. Hopefully that kind of made sense. I really hope that made sense to anybody who didn't really understand what I meant by last name alphabetically. So basically, if your last name started with the letter A, you would be like the first person to walk across the bridge, and if your last name started with the letter Z, you'd be like the last person to walk across the bridge. And all the graduates were very nervous because they were afraid that the person who was saying our last names were gonna pronounce our last names wrong. Like, we were actually scared that they were gonna pronounce our last names wrong. But we didn't really have to worry about that too much because because from what I heard, they actually pronounced our last names correctly. And when we were like, and we were also signed, and since this park that we were at, had a beach like right behind it, and there were like poles, basically, and each pole had like a chain reaching from one pole to another pole, and we were assigned, and each of us were assigned a pole, and we were told to stand there to maintain social distancing. And we also had some guests come in for the graduation ceremony as well. We had some people from the previous grad class, the class of 2019, and we also had somebody from the next grad class, the grad class of 2021. And I got pictures with a couple of them, and it was literally something that I'll never forget. It will be a day that I'll remember forever. And then after after every graduate walked across the bridge, we were told to walk to the certain part of the park. We were basically standing 6 feet apart from each other, and we were like, and we were going to have our pictures taken. There was this guy who had a camera, and he was getting into the pail of a bucket truck, a bucket truck, and he basically, the pail went all the way up, like as high as it could go, and then this guy took our picture as we looked up at the camera, but it was really hard to do it because that day was very sunny out, and the sun was like beaming like right in my face. It was like really hard to like even like smile at the camera because like I just couldn't like really stand like the sunlight getting like in my eyes, because if I stared at the sun for a while, you guys would probably understand what would happen. My eyes would get like badly injured and all that other stuff. And then after the after the group photo was taken, we all the graduates got into their cars, which was driven by their parents, since that they would be busy waving at people who are waving at them, and people who they were waving at. So when all the graduates got into the cars that their parents were driving, we basically drove up to one of the malls in our town. We drove up there and we took a little break. Like we basically like kind of got outside. We took more pictures with some of the graduates who were going to be graduating with us. We did take some down by the park, but we also took some up by the what do you call it? We also took some up by the mall that we were at as well. And then after a couple of minutes, we got into the vehicles, and the car parade started, which was the next thing that we were doing. Basically, we were waving at everybody, and people were waving at us as we drove by their streets, because we drove down like every single street that was in the town. And we were like honking our horns as we were driving down the streets, and we were like waving at everybody who we were driving by. There were people waving at us, and there were us waving at other people who we saw, and we were like honking our horns as we were driving down the streets. It was clearly something amazing. Like it was like literally mind blowing. Like it was like something that I just, like, words can't really describe this, like this event in general. And then after the car parade, we went to the town civic center, and there was a private dinner for us, and we basically had menu items from like a pizza restaurant, and we also had menu items from a Chinese restaurant as well. And these were food that that the graduates ordered. So yeah, there was a private dinner, and there was also a dance during the private dinner as well, with which the grads could take part in, and I was like literally getting down on the floor and like dancing away, and it was literally amazing. I talked to everybody for like the last time, and when the dinner finally came to a close, it was really, really hard, because this was like our last time saying goodbye to each other, because everybody goes their separate ways after high school, and saying goodbye to everybody for the last time was really hard, because this would be like the last time we would see each other in a while. And I really liked taking some photos with people, and taking photos of other people as well, and being part in and taking photos with people as well. And it was literally one of the best experiences I ever had in my whole entire life. It was like, I'm just glad that I got to graduate high school and just have this experience. It was really one of the best moments of my whole entire life. And you guys may also be asking about the cap throw, if we were able to have that. We were able to have one. Obviously, we had to do it inside, or not inside. We obviously had to do it outside. And I would do it in here, but there's like a light right over here, and I don't want to hit that light, because this is like the only, because the light that I'm pointing at, obviously you guys can't see it too well because it's like off the camera, but this is like the only light like in the room, and if I like throw my cap up in the air and it hits it could probably break the light, and I don't want to break the light. And some of the songs that I did through 2020 was pretty amazing as well. I really enjoyed making those videos as well. They were a lot of fun to make, and I can't wait to make even more videos for you guys, because there are more videos to come, so please keep your eyes peeled for those. I do make videos every single day for those who have just found my channel, or for those who are new to my channel. I do videos every single day, so make sure you check back frequently, because you may see a new video. And a couple days ago, we reached 300 subscribers, which is a pretty big number, and I just thank you guys for helping me reach 300 subscribers. And at 300 subscribers, I decided to do a Draw My Life video, and this was basically one thing that I really like I put like a lot of work, like basically with the little slideshow, because that's how I did my Draw My Life. It was like a little slideshow of pictures and stuff, and with narration, obviously narrated by me. And one thing that was really interesting is that the school let us keep our caps. Now I really do like the fact that they did let us keep our caps, because this is like because the cap, it's like something to remind us of like the grad, and it's just something like it's like gonna be like a memory that will stick with us for like the rest of our lives. No matter where we go, and no matter where we decide to move, we'll be taking this memory, which is the grad cap, to remember our grad. But there were like some differences, and there will be a lot of differences. There were some differences that we had to overcome, and I don't know if there will be more differences as the days progress. But from what I know, a lot of restrictions are being lifted, and a lot of things are starting to reopen, and things are starting to go back to normal. So hopefully we'll be able to head back to our normal lives again really soon. But I'm just glad that we were able to have a grad class, and this was just something that was really big for me and every other graduate of 2020. And to the and I'm just like really excited. And I also can't wait for my sister's grad. I'll be there cheering her on. And I'm just like very glad that I got to have this experience, and I can't wait for Zen to have her grad, so that way she can experience some of the same stuff that I experienced when I graduated. To all the graduates of 2020, I hope you guys. I just wish you guys the best of luck in your future, and I'm sorry that our school year was cut short due to the virus, and hopefully we'll be able to remember our grad as something that was a treasure that we had growing up, and we'll always remember grad for the rest of our lives. And no matter what we do in the future, no matter where we go, just remember that this impacted a lot of people, and there were people always there for us for support when we needed it. And to the future grad classes, I just want to say congratulations on your grad, and I wish you guys the best of luck, and hope you guys have a wonderful last year of I hope you guys have a wonderful last year of school. This is like a really big moment in your lives, and just remember that it's okay to feel a whole bunch of emotions before and during your grad, because I felt a whole bunch of emotions before my grad, and I also felt a whole bunch of emotions during my grad, and I'm just glad that and I just wish you guys the best of luck in your futures. No matter where you go, just remember that your grad will always be something that you will remember for the rest of your life. Whether you graduate, whether you've already graduated high school or graduated high school this year or going to be graduating high school in the future, graduation will be a big thing in your lives, and it will always be something that you will remember. And for everybody who has supported me through over all the years that I've done YouTube, I thank you guys. Like, I can't really like it's just been an honor to just support, just to make videos for you guys, and you guys watch them. And I also love reading your comments, so if you got any comments, you can always send them to me. I'll read them, and because I always go through my videos, and because I always go through the comment section of my videos to see if there are any comments there. I always love reading your guys' comments, and it's just something that really makes my day when you guys leave like a really positive comment, and just like I always love reading comments. It's just something that I really enjoy reading. Like, I always love hearing your guys' thoughts on the video, and it's just something that that it just like reading it's just something that makes my day, and I'm just glad that I had to make videos for you guys, and seeing you guys enjoying them is something that really makes my day. There will be more videos coming really soon. There will be some videos releasing tomorrow. If you guys have any suggestions, like for a future video, you can leave them in the comment section of this video, and you can also leave them, and you can also message me your ideas on Roblox as well, either through a DM or a public message. I always read my messages on Roblox. Like, I always check my inbox, and I also check my DMs on Roblox as well, and you can also leave them in my fan Discord server. The link to both of my Discord servers will be in the description below. There is a gaming Discord server, and there is also a fan Discord, and there's also a Discord server for my fans to join. Just remember that you have to be 13 years or older in order to join both the Discord servers, and you leave to leave a suggestion in the Discord server, you have to go to the hashtag suggestions channel in the fan Discord server and just leave down your suggestion, and I will take a look at it, and I'll also tell you about it, and let you know about it as well as the day approaches. Just remember, if you are suggesting any songs, just remember that you can't suggest any Taylor Swift songs because of her copyright reasons. But any other song will do. You can leave any song that you would like to hear, or you can just leave your suggestion for any video that you want to see be released in the future. And that's all I can really say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe. And remember, I do videos every single day, and until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.